like Attila the Hun. I came here to conquer. Lanes bring the beef, I tell them no donker. They wanna play games, I shock them like Blanca. They still rudimentary, I'm tough like Tonka. And let me get this off my chest. I'm hearing going nowhere, so haters take a rest. Ain't nothing handed, just working hard, sweating. You can take that to the bank. I know I did bet.
Welcome to episode 16 of Eye of the Storm. I, of course, am your host, Tempestt. Please be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new and like the content, please be sure to leave a sub and hit the notification bell to know when the next video goes up. It really does help the channel out. Also, if you haven't seen the previous episodes, feel free to give that a look as well. You know, I started a playlist for ease of access, and I do other things such as my own music, montages, and I've got a few other new things coming up too. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get started. So this is going to be a mixed bag of sorts for this episode, but I hope you'll all enjoy it just the same. Again, thank you everyone for the support so far. I've been working on so much stuff that I even had to scrap a project that I would have really loved to do. It would have worked out well for me in terms of equipment. LG was doing a contest with the artist Her, H-E-R, and that was to create sort of a positive vibe for people. So while I wasn't able to make the deadline, I started a thing and I could create that into my own song. So hopefully I can get a good instrumental for it, and I'm also planning things for the first episode of the anime-based series. Right about now I need a name, and I am also looking for a good day to upload it. I was sort of thinking that either Monday or Tuesday would be a good day. What do you guys think? If you have any suggestions or agree, just let me know in the comments below. Plus, let's not forget that I'll be collaborating with the fine folks over at Mind Over Mix-Up soon, so keep an eye out for that as well. Speaking of keeping an eye out, let's get into our episode, which again, it's a bit hybrid, so yeah. Now, we've seen information on the next generation, and technically the current gen as well, and I can talk a bit more about what's on the horizon now that I've got information that I was missing before, or at least that I wanted. Recently, we've had some bombs dropped on us by Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. The gaming world couldn't be any more spoiled at this point. We've got new console releases, dates, and prices, as well as new games to look forward to. Doesn't matter who you're a fan of at this point, everyone has something. Microsoft released information on the Xbox Series X and Series S, which are priced at $499 and $299 respectively. Pre-orders are going up next week, and we get a good old-fashioned holiday release frame coming out just before its competitor on November 10th. The Series S is going to be a less powerful digital-only version, which is great for gamers on a budget, and I'm sure parents will be happy. I know my dad is, well, for himself anyway, and just because it's less powerful doesn't mean it can't handle the job though. At least that's what we're being told by Microsoft. So I say if you're not all about the disc life like myself, then go for it. Next, we recently had a PS5 release, and pre-orders sold out immediately. The console will be at the same price, $499, with the digital only being $399. The release date is going to be November 12th. Both of these consoles are pretty affordable considering the state of current generation gaming. Most people figured we'd be paying upwards of the realm of $600 to $700 minimum, and we're willing to die on that hill. It's a good thing we don't hold people to that. Anyway, that's the biggest news in regards to consoles. As far as games are concerned, we got the Xbox games already, and more information on the PS5 stuff, plus the Switch revealed some things too. Now, while I would love to gush all day about it, I think you fine people can put some stuff together for yourselves and take a look at what piques your interest if you haven't already. However, I will mention some titles to look out for, like the new Halo and Fable games, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which should have an open alpha out for PS4 users probably about the time you see this video, just today. Deathloop, Gran Turismo 7, the new God of War and Horizon games, Disgaea 6, new Monster Hunter, Mario 3D Collection, and so much more. I feel like it all comes down to preference at this point, which is all okay with me. Keep an eye out, as I'm sure the release is coming so close we might get more information. But honestly, I'm far more excited for this upcoming generation than I was for this current one around this time. Now, real quick, I figured I would do a bit of an education For those of you who may not be very familiar with some terms thrown around in competitive gaming, today we're going to learn about the terms OTG, DP, IAD, certain names for moves, and canceling. I'll briefly touch on these so that way next time you happen to hear them, you'll be in the know and you won't feel left out. So let's do this. First off, OTG is an acronym which, much like the following two we're going to discuss, it stands for off the ground. In other words, if a move is able to pick up a character after they've been knocked to the ground, it would classify as an OTG. Pretty simple, right? The next is DP. Also simple, it stands for Dragon Punch. You may recognize it as the iconic uppercut move, the Shoryuken from Street Fighter that both Ken and Ryu do. Which, hey, their names are in the move. Anyway, nowadays DP is a reference to the motion that you do to get the move. So, forward, down, forward, in what would be a sliding motion. The DP is kind of just a universal term now. It does generally apply to a reversal, but if someone says to DP, it usually means do the motion. The next is IAD. It stands for Instant Air Dash. Honestly, it is pretty self-explanatory, but in games like Marvel or say Unnamed, BlazBlue, so on, you can dash in the air or air dash. Now an IAD means being able to do it as soon as possible off the ground once the input window is available, aka instantly. Thus the name Instant Air Dash. Next we'll do canceling. Now this is also kind of simple. It means to stop one action with another. So this, like IAD, is actually done across multiple types of games. Something to consider for canceling is like canceling a move into say a fireball. Pretty common thing to see really. Generally a crouching normal into a special move. Oh yeah, let's get into those words now since I mentioned it. A normal is just what it sounds like. It is a move that can be done normally just by pressing a button, usually a light, medium, fierce, or like an ABC, standing or crouching. And a special move, yeah, that would just kind of be generally something that requires an input, much like a DP or a fireball, which, by the way, that fireball is down, forward, forward. Again, a slide input or a quarter circle forward. Pretty easy, right? One last thing you want to hear about outside of supers, which, most get, is a command normal. You probably may have heard this before, but generally it's a normal that has an input with a direction added to it, like forward or back or down. I may just do a video with visual aids, but it generally just means that it's pretty self-explanatory. It just gives you a different input than what a normal would quote-unquote normally get. I just wanted to give you guys some basic things to know though, since I know not everybody out there that watches is a fighting game head or is familiar with those terminologies. Well, that's it for today's episode. What did you think? Do you like this format with, a little bit of news and a little bit of education too on things? Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to discuss, let me know what you're looking forward to, and be free. Remember, my comment section is a safe place. Again, if you did like the content, make sure you do leave a comment, share with a friend, sub, and I always take suggestions and video submissions for further episodes. So feel free to hit me up with those, however you know how to reach me on multiple platforms. I'm always here. That being said, take care of each other, be safe, press buttons, and catch you on the flip side.
You want says, best believe that you'll catch one. Represent my gang, head shaking like I'm Gladiator. Beat the beat ferociously, I'm vicious like the Manhattan. Probably flavor rapper than just rolling like a Don fan. I'm flame body, everything I do is guaranteed high. Y'all gon' keep this record spinning heavy like a poker stop. I grasp not